let's talk legacy. More specifically, the legacy of Tom Brady. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about some Super Bowl 53 between the Patriots and the Rams, and more specifically, discussing the outcome, okay? And so I've already made my prediction on this game. You guys can go check that out in my recent videos, and I've talked about all of that stuff. What I want to talk about in this video really is, of course, about Tom Brady, because after every Super Bowl, legacies get defined, okay? Legacies are created, broken, shattered, upheld, removed, whatever else it may be. But the Super Bowl every year does something to people's legacy. And this year, the question being is, does it do anything to Tom Brady's legacy? So Tom Brady, of course, to me, greatest quarterback of all time. And the undisputable fact is that he is the most accomplished quarterback of all time. Now, people can still make the argument in terms of greatest, with guys like, Joe Montana, John Elway, Dan Marino, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, whatever your criteria is, okay? But if you're talking about the most accomplished quarterback, it is Tom Brady. And to me, you combine the accomplishments with the longevity, with Tom Brady still having the statistical numbers. And again, that to me makes the GOAT. And like I said, it's not anything to do with the fact that, there's resentment for this player, that player, whatever it may be. But I am saying Tom Brady is still the greatest of all time. And I can say that with Super Bowl losses on his resume. So here's my question, okay? Since Tom Brady's already considered the GOAT, can he go down? And it's funny because we're talking about him in the Super Bowl, okay? At 41 in the Super Bowl, and we're talking about if he loses this game, will it hurt his legacy? And that, to me, is something that is broken in sports. This notion that the farther you go, but then if you lose in the championship round, all of a sudden it's a dent on your legacy. I don't like it as much. Now, again, if you're 0 for like 11, like you get to the championship game and you lose all 11 times, I mean, that does sound bad. But again, getting there is also an accomplishment. Point being is Tom Brady, his 9th Super Bowl appearance, most by any quarterback in NFL history by far. He's got 5 rings, okay? Obviously, the 6th is to be determined. But 5 out of 8 is what Tom Brady is. So he's got 3 Super Bowl losses on his resume. Still considered the GOAT. Obviously, the clear parallel is to the NBA with LeBron James, who is 3-5 in the NBA Finals. Now, he does have more losses than he has wins, but that's my point here. Let's say Tom Brady loses the Super Bowl to the Rams, which is very possible. I actually have picked the Rams to win this Super Bowl, and he's 5-4. And let's say he gets back to the Super Bowl again, and he loses again, 5-5. Point being is, if Tom Brady gets to a point where, and he said he wants to play till 45, he has more Super Bowl losses on his resume than wins. Is he not going to be considered the GOAT any longer? That's what I ask, okay? That's all I want to know. Is Tom Brady not the GOAT anymore if he has more Super Bowl losses on his resume than wins? Because to me, that shouldn't be the case. Tom Brady, to me, still should be the GOAT, and it should be the amount of rings that you have should be taken into consideration, not to mention the fact that you've gotten there so many times, okay? 9 Super Bowl appearances is nuts, folks. Do you understand how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl and for guys to just want to play in just one, and Tom Brady's going to his 9th? I mean, that is crazy to me. So my honest opinion, for me, it's not going to change anything. I think even with another Super Bowl loss, he will still be the GOAT. But I do think public perception will elevate Joe Montana and say, okay, Joe Montana went 4 for 4, undefeated. Tom Brady, 4th loss in the Super Bowl. That should take some points away. And let's dock him a little bit. It's funny because if Tom Brady had lost in the AFC Championship game to the Kansas City Chiefs, they would have never brought that up, because people don't bring that up when Tom Brady loses, or anybody else really. Like I said, if LeBron James loses the Eastern Conference Finals, nobody cares. They bring up his finals record. And that is what I think is fundamentally broken in sports. And I wanted to discuss this because I saw Nick Wright talk about it on First Things First, and I thought it was a very, very, very good point. So point being is, to me, in my humble estimation, the win or loss in this Super Bowl should not change anything for Tom Brady. And a win can elevate him, but a loss I don't think should, drop him down too much. But in the eyes of the public, it will do just that. If he wins, obviously undisputed GOAT. If he loses, they might elevate Joe Montana to the GOAT. That's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me or disagree with me. Is this something that we focus too much on in sports, where if you have finals losses, like a Super Bowl loss or an NBA Finals loss, that hurts more than not even getting there? Let me know what you guys think. I really want to know. Let's talk about it. Let's debate. Let me know down below. As always, thanks for watching.